Did you know that you can go beyond your capacity meter and create multiple play maps in a single world? With asset spawning and despawning, you can potentially create hundreds of maps similar to what Vidyuu has done in Horizon Royale. I'm going to break down the scripts behind how it's done so you can implement this in your worlds. Let's look at some of the scripting. We have an asset list variable called map_asset_list. When the world is started, we add map_asset_1 to this list. Then we add map_asset_2 and so on until all the maps are added to the list. You will need to drag the asset reference pills into the object that's running the script to connect the assets to the world. We set up an event that fires every time we need a new map loaded. This event is called newMapEvent, and when it's received, we start by duplicating the map_asset_list into a list called iMapAssetList. Then we remove the current map from the iMapAssetList and despawn it from the world. Setting up this duplicate list makes sure that we have a list of maps that doesn't include the previous map. That way we won't inadvertently load the same map twice. Now we select a random map from the list and set the current asset variable to it. Then we can spawn that in, making sure that it's in the correct position, rotation, and scale. In this case, I've placed the asset at the 000 position, which is the center of the grid, but it can actually go wherever you want. Lastly, we'll send a new asset spawned event back to let the manager know that the asset is here and ready to go. Here's a pro tip. When making the asset, all the objects of the asset should have a giant, invisible, non-collidable cube around them. That way, as long as it's selected first and all the objects fit inside, everything will spawn in the correct way. You can even keep a copy of this invisible cube in the world to identify the position, rotation, and scaling. This will help tremendously if you need to pull the asset out manually to check its attributes. You can then make adjustments and resave the asset when you're done. Notice that when we send the new asset spawned event, we send it with the parameter of the new spawned map. That way we can set the current spawned object variable to the new spawned object, and we will be good to go the next time around. To test this, let's make a trigger that sends the new map event. When the trigger is entered by the player, we start by setting the trigger detection to false. That's because we don't want this event to inadvertently fire multiple times. We'll re-enable the trigger after a delay. Then we'll send the new map event. Let's test it out.
Hit start test, despawns it.
Note, the capacity of spawned-in objects must still be within capacity meter limits, or the items may fail to spawn. Also, if you look closely, spawned objects are actually created at the 000 position before moving to their intended location as defined in the script. You can use this technique in all kinds of different ways. For example, you may want to spawn in different clothes, objects, or even whole rooms. Because they all reside in your personal asset library, you can even spawn in the same assets to several different worlds that you've created. A couple of last things to keep in mind. If you update an asset, it will automatically be the updated version next time it's spawned in a world. And if you delete an asset, attempting to spawn it in will fail. Lastly, if you rename an asset, it will still function properly when spawned in. I'm Sensei Jay for the Vidyuu Tutorials YouTube channel, and this has been how to spawn in assets to your worlds. Please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and feel free to share it with any friends who might enjoy it. Thanks for watching.